Now, the collapse of a German tour operator this week has left the plans of some Irish holidaymakers up in the air. Some have reported being asked to pay for their accommodation again, while others have had their holidays cancelled. Here to explain what's going on is Paul Hackett, Vice President of the Irish Travel Agents Association and CEO of the holiday company Click&Go. Paul, thanks for coming in to speak to us this evening.
You're very welcome.
This tour operator was the third largest in Europe.
Yes.
It's based in Germany. It collapsed this week, and it's impacting Irish holidaymakers. What's happening?
I know, it's quite bizarre. It's a German tour operator, third largest in Europe, employs about 11,000 people and has 200 subsidiaries. And it's those subsidiary companies who provide services to Irish travel agents and other European travel companies that is impacting Irish consumers.
So what's happening then to people? What are they losing out on?
Well, when the subsidiary has failed, that means the booking with the hotel is cancelled. So in some cases, consumers and holidaymakers who are in a hotel are being approached by the hotel and being asked to pay the hotel directly for the accommodation, and then future bookings are being cancelled. But in real terms, there's a couple of things that are important here. Consumer legislation around holidays that are booked with a travel agent is very strong. The European Package Travel Directive protects the consumer in all situations. So consumers who might be impacted by this, yes, it's a nuisance, but they need to understand that their consumer protection rights are very, very strong. If they had then booked with a member of the Irish Travel Agents Association, an Irish-based travel company, they will be looked after. Like I was talking today to different members, I know ourselves in terms of how we're handling it. We're trying to do this in such a way that the consumer doesn't even know what has happened. Yes, we are getting calls from people who are being requested to pay directly in the hotel. We're contacting the hotel right back and making the payment. That's how it should happen. In some cases, that's not happening, and that's what is causing distress to some people at this stage.
It must be fairly upsetting for somebody when they get a phone call to say, come down and pay for your accommodation, and they say, I've already paid. In that instance, what should they do? Who should they call?
They should immediately contact the travel company that they booked with. Like, consumers can book holidays themselves. The reasons they book with a travel agent is for consumer protection, for convenience, for value, and for service. And that travel agent really has to be delivering the service by having people at the end of the phone. It's not good enough not to have good customer service. That's how our business operates, because we've got to win the consumer from what we call the do-it-yourself or the DIY market by providing that customer service. So in any situation, contact your travel agent, and they should be immediately onto this, and they should immediately sort out the problem.
And what if the travel agent isn't based in Ireland, but the person thought that they were?
Well, that happens. You know, we have travel companies who are regulated and able to trade in Ireland, but who aren't licensed here. So go to the Irish Travel Agents Association website, ITAA.ie, go to the Irish Aviation Authority website, IAA.ie, and have a look at where they are. A .ie domain name on the website or an Irish phone number doesn't mean that that company is based here. If the company is based in Ireland, you have a lot easier contact level with that company. And it's that contact that the consumer needs when they're in any sort of distress or have a query. That is really important. That's what travel agents, Irish Travel Agents Association members provide to their consumers.
Do you have any idea how many holidaymakers are affected by this?
It's always hard to know exactly because we're all in competition with each other, so that number is not generally shared. But we reckon somewhere between 5,000 to 6,000 passengers travelling between now and the end of the year. But I can tell you from our company and from other members that I have spoken to, all of the bookings this month are sorted. People are working through July and August, and the issue is being resolved. The consumer, as I say, should not be inconvenienced by this because they've booked with a travel agent. It should all be taken care of, and that's how it should be.
And what happens then if you are on holidays? You can't get hold of the travel agent. You have to pay again for the accommodation. Can you claim that back 100%. On insurance or from the travel agent? Or?
You claim that back from the travel agent. Under the European Package Travel Directive, the travel agent, the travel company, must provide the holidays booked. If the consumer has paid the travel company and is then being asked to pay again and can't contact the travel agent, number one, that's really poor customer service on the travel agent's part, but that consumer will absolutely have a claim against that travel agent on return.
On a slightly separate subject, there are several disputes brewing. Aer Lingus pilots balloting for industrial action and also baggage handlers going to the WRC next week. How do you think the summer is shaping up for holidaymakers?
We're very used to dealing with challenges, be it industrial relations challenges, be it fires, be it floods, be it terrorism. So let's just see how it goes. Once again, consumers who are booked with a travel agent have much more protection than if they do it themselves. And we would hope that common sense prevails, because summertime in this country, people want to enjoy their holidays that they have booked and paid for. So we would hope that the various disputes would be resolved with some common sense.
All right, Paul Hackett, Vice President of the Irish Travel Agents Association and CEO of Click&Go. Thank you for coming in to speak to us on
Thank
6
you,
One.
Sharon.